Dr. King's dream is not about an ideal world. It is about the real world. That his poetic refrain, "I have a dream," is a call for all of us to remember the real world where injustice still abounds. So may the work of Dr. King continue to eradicate injustice whenever and wherever we encounter it. May we continue to speak out against injustice, to speak even if we are afraid our words will not be heard or welcomed. May the spirit of Dr. King continue to flow through our daily living. And may we have the courage of Dr. King as we stand up and be counted for justice, peace, and faith. Welcome.
Every year we remember the dream. I find myself sometimes in wonder about this man, Martin Luther King.
Difficult days ahead. But it doesn't matter with me now, because I've been to the mountaintop, and I don't mind. Like anybody, I'd like to live a long life. Longevity has its place, but I'm not concerned about that now. I just want to do God's will. And He's allowed me to go up to the mountain, and I've looked over, and I've seen the promised land. I may not get there with you, but I want you to know tonight that we, as a people, we will get to the promised land. And I'm happy tonight. I'm not worried about anything. I'm not fearing any man. Mine eyes have seen the glory of the coming of the Lord.
The problem of economic exploitation and the problem of war are all tied together. These are the triple evils that are interrelated. A nation that will keep people in slavery for 244 years will thingify them and make them things. And therefore, they will exploit them, and poor people generally, economically. What I'm saying today is that we must go from this convention and say, America, we must be born again.
A true revolution of values will lay hands on the world order and say of war, this way of settling differences is not just. A nation that continues year after year to spend more money on military defense than on programs of social uplift is approaching spiritual death.
Never forget that freedom is not something that is voluntarily given by the oppressor. It is something that must be demanded by the oppressed. If we are going to get equality, if we are going to get adequate wages, we are going to have to struggle for it.
It's me, oh Lord, standing in the need of prayer. It's me, oh Lord. Big finish. Standing in the need of prayer. If a single person achieves the highest kind of love, it will be sufficient to neutralize the hate of millions. If we are to reach real peace in this world, and if we are to carry on a real war against war, we shall have to begin with the children.
My creed of nonviolence is an extremely active force. It has no room for cowardice or even weakness. It is no nonviolence if we merely love those who love us. It is nonviolence only when we love those who hate us. I know how difficult it is to follow this grand law of love. Love of the hater is the most difficult of all.
Let no one even for a moment entertain the fear that the reverent study of other religions is likely to weaken or shake one's faith in one's own. I believe in the fundamental truth of all great things, all great religions of the world. And I believe that if only we could, all of us, read the scriptures of different faiths from the standpoint of the followers of those faiths, we should find they were at the bottom all one and were all helpful to one another.
The next person he meet need look no further, need look no further, need look no further. You, my brother, my sister, a reflection of creation may I see, so we can stop fighting and learn to be lights of love with one another. Surely sometimes we'll disagree, but when I look into your eyes.
For Heschel, the march had spiritual significance. He wrote, "For many of us, the march from Selma to Montgomery was about protest and prayer. Legs are not lips, and walking is not kneeling. And yet our legs uttered songs. Even without words, our march was worship. I felt my legs were praying."
The prophet faces a coalition of callousness and established authority, and undertakes to stop a mighty stream with mere words. Had the purpose been to express great ideas, prophecy would have had to be acclaimed as a triumph. Yet the purpose of prophecy is to conquer callousness, to change the inner man, as well as to revolutionize history. As a prophet, King revolutionized history, and we are the bearers of his dream. May we continue to strive to live out his message, and may the fruits of his prophecy become a reality in our lifetime.
Kande so diala, aluna kande so lila aluna kande so diala. Hey. Aluna kande so diala, aluna kande so lila aluna kande so diala.
We shall
And we hope to see you again next month, February 17th, as we celebrate standing on the side of love. Thank you, and have a wonderful night.